Hello, I'm Jeff Whitener along with Ray Halbrook, and we are bringing you the Viking Insider program here for Jefferson College. Ray, before we get started, talk a little bit about what we're hoping to accomplish here with our show on JCTV.
Well, absolutely. It's something that we're just going to take a look at, just the in-depth look at players, coaches, maybe even talk about some of the folks' parents, kind of that whole in-depth Viking look at what it's like to be a Jefferson College Viking here. There's an amazing amount of great programs here, and we just want to be able to cover that and highlight for the guys.
Well, in getting that word out to the community, I think is really important that folks know that not only is this someone where their kids can come, but this is some place that the whole family can enjoy a lot of different things. Not only the athletic programs that come out and watch and support, but also some of the other great things, the great events that happen here at the college as well. And it's really a place that can be a focal point of the community for Jefferson County.
Absolutely. I think that there's a lot of untapped potential here at Jefferson College to take a look at. We've had a lot of parents from high schools come and take a look and, well, what's really going on over here at Jefferson College? Well, we're going to give you a chance to take a look at that, up close and personal. And we hope to accomplish being able to kind of get that vibe of what Jefferson College athletics is about.
And we certainly want to thank JCTV for the opportunity to bring this to you and a partnership with what we do. And it's a situation that, like Ray said, we're going to take you behind the scenes as much as possible on how these different programs work, how these different events work. And I'll talk to the people involved, whether they're administrators, coaches, players, as you mentioned, parents, everyone involved with the program. So we're delighted to be able to bring this to you, and it's an incredible opportunity, and we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
When I first walked on campus at Jefferson College, I was so excited.
I knew I wanted to be here. This is amazing. This is where I belong.
Jefferson College offers the quality, flexibility, and affordability that I'm looking for.
The beautiful campus and friendly atmosphere make me feel welcome.
You belong here.
You belong here.
You belong here.
You belong here.
You belong at Jefferson College. Classes start soon. Learn more at jeffco.edu.
Welcome again to another episode of Viking Insider. I'm Ray Halbrook, your host. We're here with Coach Zach Bone from the Jefferson Vikings. And Coach, appreciate you being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Ray.
Yeah, appreciate it. You've had an interesting season this season of the 22 season, the spring 22 season. A record of 33-24 overall, 18-6 in the NJCAA, Region 16. You fell one game short to Crowder Junior College in the Region 16 championship. We were there to see that. Give us your take on the 22 season.
Well, that's a lot to wrap into our time allotted here. Anytime you have junior college baseball season, we get started when they get on campus in August, and typically done playing, ideally as late into the spring as possible, but definitely after school has concluded. So, to sum up 9 months into it, certainly proud of our guys in the year that they put together. You mentioned some of the numbers there record-wise. Came up a little bit short to a really good Crowder team in the Region 16 final, and certainly proud of the way our guys continued to battle all weekend down in Joplin. Pleased with the number of guys. We had 10 Division I signees last year. All of our sophomores had the opportunity to move on and play at the next level if they wanted to, and most of them did, certainly. So certainly proud of that. I think at the junior college level, obviously your goal is always to win games on the field, to win a championship. It's also to make sure that our guys are becoming better players, better students, better people to the extent that we're able to provide that, and to give them an opportunity to play once they walk out of here. So accomplished a decent chunk of those. Again, proud of the success on the field, proud of some of the options guys had to walk out of here. I do think, when you're talking about Jefferson College baseball, the standard for success is to win a championship, to win the region, have a chance to go play in Colorado. So certainly would not characterize last year as a failure by any means. Having said that, I think the goal for us is always to win the Region 16 tournament, to go to the South Central District and have a chance to win that and have a chance to play in Colorado in June.
Absolutely, and this is your third season as the Vikings coach here. That's correct.
Correct.
Make sure I had that right. Do you feel you're where you want to be as an organization for the Vikings right now?
I think we're never where we want to be. I think complacency is a really dangerous thing. So, for us, like I said, the goal is to win a championship, is to play in Colorado in June, is to have a chance to compete for a national title. Until we get there, I certainly think there's a lot of building and climbing and correcting and improving to do for me as a coach, for my staff as assistants, for the players on the field. And even when you get there, man, I think, if you're committed to staying there and having a premier program in any sport at any level, it's about figuring out ways you could get just a little bit better in a lot of different areas. So pleased with where we are right now as a program in terms of really like the guys we brought in. We feel like we have some guys that have a really high baseball talent level as well as really high character. They're good students. We had a 3.24 team grade point average this fall. It goes to show that, I think junior college can get a bad rap sometimes. As anybody that has a Netflix subscription thinks that any junior college sport is Last Chance U, and I think that's kind of a mischaracterization of what a lot of college baseball teams, junior college baseball teams do nationally, but certainly what we do here. I think it's about finding guys who want to come in and get better, whether they're 4-year transfers or they're high school guys coming in here, but they want to continue to get better. They obviously want to have some options to play at a pretty high level when they walk out of here, but they also want to get their degree from Jefferson College. They want to do the best they can in the classroom. They want to represent the program well.
Absolutely. You had a pretty busy fall. It seems like you just wrapped it up, but actually it's been a little while. Been a little bit of a break here, but take us through the fall season. What is it that you look for in your players throughout the fall? What do you want to accomplish to get them tuned up for the spring?
Well, it's strange, Ray, because I think, for us, we attend to, showcases, for lack of a better term, which are essentially, tournaments. You're playing other junior colleges. That's put on by Prep Baseball Report, their junior college division. So we go to Grand Park in Indianapolis in September, and then we go to Creekside in Kansas City the following weekend, typically. And those are really well attended by both professional scouts and 4-year schools of every level, from Division 1 to 2, 3, NAIs, whatever it happens to be. So that happens really kind of early in the fall. I think in a perfect world, I think that would maybe happen a little bit later, something you're kind of building towards. Having said that, there's all kinds of factors that go into that, whether it's Division I recruiting calendar, whether it's the fact that guys are just coming off summer ball, junior colleges in different parts of the country on different schedules, and a number of other things. So I think the fact that it happens so early, guys are usually juiced up for that. They're pretty excited. We had 2 really good outings at those 2 events. So, that's an easy thing to kind of create excitement about when they first get on campus. Throughout the fall, we'll play some other junior colleges. We'll play some travel teams that are touring the Midwest. We played Maryville University Division II in St. Louis. We played Southeast Missouri State University Division I at their place in October, and that kind of wrapped the fall for us. So it's definitely a mix of different competition levels in terms of opponents. It's a mix of different experiences for your guys. I think the evaluation part is there. You're trying to see what you have from a team perspective, and that's not just with your incoming freshmen transfers. I think that's with your returning guys as well, because as Coach Lollabin at Crowder calls it, the sophomore jump, and I think that's absolutely true. When you see guys come back after 1 year of college baseball, the jump they make from year 1 to year 2 is probably as any that they'll make in their college career. So just that physical and emotional maturation, understanding how a college baseball season works, I think they get a little better idea of what they're trying to do and accomplish. So I think you're evaluating all that. Who are your new guys? What do they look like? What are they capable of doing? What do they need to get better at? Where do they fit into the program? As well as your returning guys, how much better have they gotten? What's their role like? Has that changed from last year? And will it change going forward? And I think there's also the piece of, as a team figuring out, what we do well, how we're going to win baseball games, because ultimately that is the goal, is for us to go out and have success. And it's never only about winning. I think it's always about winning, but never only about winning. So I think it's about teaching guys winning habits, how to in the weight room, in the classroom, and we feel like if we develop guys into better players and better people, that success in the field will certainly follow. So there's all those components of it that we try to pack into what ends up being a 10 or 11 week fall season. It certainly goes faster at the end than it does the last couple weeks, and I think that that can be some of the challenges to keep that enthusiasm and that development piece going. As the weeks kind of carry on. So, certainly pleased with how our guys went about their business this fall. I think the atmosphere is really good. The energy is really good about this group, and excited to see what it looks like here next weekend.
Absolutely, absolutely. And JUCO baseball, it has such a quick turnaround with recruits.
Sure.
And take us through the team and give us an idea of how many sophomores graduate out and freshmen graduate or come into the program.
Well, I mean, in general, you're typically looking at like a 50-50 split, I think, most years. Now, certainly there's, with us particularly, I think, and this is true at every level, but it's certainly true here with the COVID situation and COVID rosters expanding. And, the 4-year level, Division I baseball is probably older than it's ever been. I think the average age in Division I baseball is currently over 21 years old, and when you start thinking about what that means when you're talking about averages, that I'm not great at math, but I will tell you that that means there's guys who are 23, 24, in some cases 25 years old who are still playing college baseball. I think that's changed the complexion, that's changed the landscape of recruiting in a lot of different areas. So I think it's it's certainly affected teams at every level. I think you're at the junior college level, you're starting to see some of that phase out in terms of age, roster numbers, things like that. So that's a really long intro to the answer of what's it look like. I mean, here's the deal, man. It's going to be about half and half most years. You're going to have about half freshmen, half sophomores. Half of them are going to move on. Half of them are going to come back. You're going to fill in another 50% from, depending on how you want to do it, whether that's from the high school ranks, whether those are 4-year or other college transfers. And I think there's certainly a dynamic to that is different than maybe at the 4-year level, maybe at the high school level, even whenever you have guys that are around for a 4-year period. Right. Especially when you talk about some of your second-year guys, in theory, some of your sophomores eligibility-wise, may be a 1-year guy here at this place. So there's certainly a lot of transition in that. I think it makes coaching at the junior college level in any sport uniquely challenging because of kind of the roster management piece and guys coming in and out, and also how do you create that atmosphere where it is about the team and not just about where can I go once I walk out of here. And I think that for me, that starts with recruiting high character guys, guys who certainly have dreams and ambitions of their own, and we're certainly not asking them to ignore those, but we are asking them to kind of pursue that inside a team atmosphere. So I think it certainly is a challenge. We've told guys, we've had some guys who came here and they were 1-year guys, whether they were transfer or freshmen, and they moved on to the 4-year level or to the draft, and that's okay. We're certainly not against that. We're not holding anybody hostage here. Yeah. I think we certainly have a lot of great things to offer, and I think that can be a good alternative for guys who are looking at some different options. But having said that, one thing we've always told them is, look, whether you're here for a semester, a year, 2 years, 3 years, if you're injured, whatever it happens to be, you're going to unpack your bags. So, we certainly think there's a great avenue for guys to pursue what they want to do, but by the same token, we need them invested in what we can do as a team and having success on the field. So there's certainly a unique challenge to the junior college level, I think, in some of those things. But like I said, I really like our group of guys. I think we've made it a point to go out and pursue guys we feel like are invested in that team aspect as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. What has been your biggest recruiting need this year?
For 2023 or for
23.
Going forward?
23.
Well, we graduated a huge class of position players last year in 2022, and I think we essentially brought back basically two guys who played. Basically two guys who played a significant amount of time on the position player side. Colby Ott and Heston Gray, who's back for us. And then Boone Chevy, Jack Matashek, guys who saw some time in some different spots, and certainly looking for big things out of this spring. So I think we have a large freshman class of position players. And again, kind of to my point earlier about COVID rosters and things like that, we had a lot of guys last year who were second and third year position players. Region 16 baseball was very old last year, for lack of a better term. Just a lot of guys who had exercised that COVID year based on a number of factors outside their control, and not just here, but at most schools in our region. So because of that, I think a lot of people are kind of hitting the reset button this year in a lot of areas. Particularly on the position player side, I think you're going to see a lot of new faces around our league, and you certainly will here. So got some guys we really like, whether they were a big part of the offense last year or not. I think we have some returning guys who can really play. We certainly went out and got some guys we think either are now or are going to be impact position players. Feel really good about the pitching staff we brought back. We were very freshman heavy on the mound last year. We have some guys back that we really like on that end. They've made a tremendous jump this year from their freshman sophomore year, kind of like we talked about. And, we added a couple of freshmen we think are impact arms, but certainly a larger class on the position player side for us this year for 2023.
Let's get a little personal here.
All right,
You've had a little. You got a little one now.
I do.
I do.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that's an adjustment. How much of an adjustment has it been for you to have the little one? Does that change your routine throughout the day?
Well, yes and no. I mean, it certainly did. I will say this. We've been very lucky. She's been a very good sleeper, especially lately. It certainly, affected some things early on in terms of, it certainly changed up your routine. Everyone always said, I 37, had my first child at 37, so people were telling me, it's going to change your life, it's going to change your life, and they were right. It's changed my life for the better in pretty much every way I can think of. One of the things is I don't know that you really know unconditional love until you get in that situation. I don't know that you know. For me, I will say that I feel like I'm more empathetic, probably more open, around here and just in my day job than I probably was before. It's made a major impact on me. So in terms of routine, I will say this. My wife, Carly, is a superstar. She is the toughest, smartest, most organized person I know. And because of that, she makes my life very easy in a lot of ways. So she's been tremendously supportive of Jefferson College baseball and me. She's a tremendous wife and mother, and because of that, I got to say that I've been really lucky. I've got to spend a lot of great time with my daughter. The timing worked out really well with her being born in late October. We were basically done with fall ball at that. I wasn't pulled a ton of different directions, and it's been awesome, man. But it's by far the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, very awesome. Very awesome. Good to hear. Final question for you.
All right.
And, everybody's going to kind of want to know this answer here out there in Viking.
You going to ask me for my Super Bowl pick? Or
no, not
okay.
Super Bowl.
Right.
I know it's Super Bowl time. Getting ready here. But what type of team will we be seeing this season for the 2023 Jefferson Vikings?
Well, I hope a really good one. Look, man, we had a good fall. There's no doubt. There were some ups, certainly some downs as well. Look, like I think. What I've tried to tell our guys is this, as some of the things, the anxiousness, the anxiety that can be brought on for a sophomore in junior college that wants to play at the next level, who's uncommitted going into the spring, that can be a stressful thing. Now, by the same token, you look on the freshman side and you're new to college baseball, you're trying to figure out where you fit in. How do you compete against guys who are a little older than you? And there can certainly be that aspect of it. What we've asked them is, look, man, worry about getting better every single day. Worry about being as good a player as you can be. Worry about helping the team have success. And if you do, those things have a way of taking care of themselves. I love the leadership we have on this baseball team, particularly on the pitching side. We have a group of guys, Ethan Schmidt, Luke Nichols, Jacob Retchen, Jacob Jarvis, Jared Hughes, Dalen Stewart, who you're going to hear from here shortly, on the sophomore side, Joe Dasho, guys who are really good pitchers, and their makeup is off the charts. It's really there's plenty of days, man, when you talk about routine, schedule changing, where I've walked in here a little bit more tired than I maybe normally would be, and just being around that group has a way of getting some energy in you a little bit. So I'm excited about that group, seeing them compete. I really like our sophomore position player class as well. I think we have some freshmen that are going to be in some key roles this year. But I'm excited if those guys get the opportunity to get on the field and compete and show people what they can do. So really, really excited about this group. Very fortunate, I believe, with the makeup and the talent level of the guys we have. As far as, goals, whatever, like I said, man, I think number one goal is we want to be the best baseball team we can be. I think we do a lot of things well. We're very athletic on the offensive side. Could be really good defensively. I think we're really going to pitch it well throughout the year. That's typically a recipe to have some success, but I think the main thing is, you don't get any points. They don't give you any wins in the standings for people thinking you're going to be good. I think it's about what you can go out and do on the field. So we are very, very close to finding out. But again, I like this group.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate the time catching up with you, and good luck to you here. And we're excited about seeing some Viking baseball up here shortly.
Appreciate that, Ray. Thank you.
That is Coach Zach Bone from the Jefferson Vikings.
At Jefferson College, community is an important part of who we are and what we do.
We experience community as it unites us in our work and activities.
We reflect community through an annual day of service as we give back to those we serve.
We feel community knowing we're part of something greater than ourselves.
Our campus community is stronger than ever, and we realize community cannot exist without unity.
Hey, welcome back here to Viking Insider. Ray Halbrook with you here, and we are here today with Dalen Stewart, sophomore pitcher from Willard High School out of Springfield, Missouri, and he's studying business here at Jefferson College. How you doing, Dalen?
Good, how are you?
Very good, very good. Just wanted to ask real quick, you've been here for a little over a year, and how did you find out about Jefferson College baseball?
So the first time I heard of Jefferson College of Baseball was actually my brother's was at Three Rivers, and they played them here, and I drove up with my mom and my dad and watched that game, and I think they got run ruled both games, and so that's how I first found out about them, and they've been on my radar as I was going through high school, and then they ended up reaching out to me my senior year.
Awesome. How did your fall season treat you this particular fall, you and the team?
So the fall season went well for the team. We have a really good returning pitching staff, and we have really good freshman arms that came in. And then our sophomore position group, they can really swing it. They can play defense really well, which is good. We also have some new freshman players that really flashed good signs late fall and then early this spring so far through our inter squads and stuff like that.
Awesome. What did you take from this fall season? Anything that was interesting that you took from the season?
Just keep being a competitor. Just going out there and try and make the other team make mistakes.
What does a typical day at Jefferson College look like for you?
A typical day for me probably looks like I'll wake up in the morning and then just kind of get ready for school, then make breakfast, and I'll do a little bit of homework before class. Luckily this spring I only have one in-person class with some onlines, and so I'll eat breakfast, I'll study, then I'll go to class, I'll come back, eat lunch, and then sit around, do a little bit more homework, wait for practice. If it's outside, it's at 3:30. If it's inside, it's at 6:30. So that kind of just depends on how much studying I get to do after class, and then I'll come back, eat some dinner, shower, and if I have more homework, I'll do it, and if not, I'll probably play some video games for the night.
There you go. How much practice time is there normally, on the norm? A couple, 3 hours, something like that?
It just depends. If we're outside, we'll probably go from like 3:30 to 5 and then lift after. So it just depends on the day. If you have to lift as pitchers, then it'll be just another hour, but not too bad.
Awesome. We always talk about dorm life, and what is dorm life like here at Jefferson College for you?
It's fun. You get to room with some of your best friends, so you try not to do anything too stupid, but most of the time we're just in there watching movies or playing video games, competing in MLB The Show.
We won't talk about any of the crazy stuff going on.
No.
Who or what inspires you in life?
I'd say probably my dad, because he does something that I want to do after baseball. So growing up, obviously around him, I got to learn firsthand from what he does and how he does and goes about his day. So that's been huge just because that's something that I'm interested in doing.
Awesome. Here's the final question. Call this the Ray question. What is something in your life or that you love to do that maybe your teammates don't know about, or that might be, they might look at you and say, wow, I had no idea that you do this, or maybe it's some sort of hobby or something?
There's two. The obvious one is probably video games, but the second one is another pitcher, me and Jacob Retchen and Luke Nichols. We'll go out and we'll play Frisbee golf.
Oh, gosh.
So
that is such a big deal.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's fun.
It's great. Awesome. Well, we appreciate you being a part of this here, and appreciate catching up with you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is Dalen Stewart from the Jefferson Vikings.
Hi, I'm Sean, and I'm pursuing my associate's degree in the physical therapist assistant program at Jefferson College. I want to be that person that can change an athlete or a young person's life. And teachers are always there to help you and do anything they can to put you in a position to be a better student and better person.
Hi, I'm Bryce, and I am pursuing my associate degree in music at Jefferson College. What I like most about the program is how everybody helps each other. The music department is like a family to me and to everybody here.
Jefferson College, you belong here.
Welcome back to another edition of Viking Insider. We're here with Colby Ott, the sophomore shortstop from originally here from Jefferson High School. We're good friends with him, and we know we've heard his name a handful of times on Livestream STL, along with Jefferson baseball here as well. Colby, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Awesome. You're studying general studies. I wanted to make sure that was put out there as well, because we wanted to make sure that everybody knew what you were studying there. So, Colby, real quick, we're just going to get to it here. How did you find out about Jefferson baseball?
Well, obviously, I've lived pretty close around here before, so I came to a few games. Coach Bone was my Legion coach for a while, and so when he got the job and offered me a spot, it was something I couldn't turn down.
Absolutely. We'll talk a little bit about your the fall season here. You sophomore season here. How's the fall season go, and how you felt like it was for your entire team?
I think the fall season went pretty good. We played out in Indiana and in Kansas City, and played against some good competition against John A. Logan, Johnson County, Seminole State. Beat those good teams. Had a good, obviously the arms. We just talked to Dalen. Pitchers are phenomenal this year. I think it's one of the better pitching staffs that I've seen. And then we have the returning position players, and then some of the freshmen coming in, stepping up and taking a spot and running with it. So I'm excited for the spring for sure.
Great. Is there something that you may have taken away from this particular fall season that you can take into the spring?
Just that we can compete with anybody in the country. Like I was telling you, we played those really talented teams, and I would put us up against anyone in the country, and I think the whole team knows that, which is a good thing, that everyone has the same goal, and that's to get to Grand Junction.
There you go. Give us to the folks out here that may not understand what's going on here at Jefferson College, through the day. What's a typical day in Colby Ott's life here at Jefferson College?
Well, a lot of baseball. Wake up, make some breakfast, eat it. Some of the guys will go to the weight room in the morning and get our lift in. That way, we're got it done for the day, and we can go back, and if we got class, go to class, and if we don't, get some homework done so that we can stay ready to get out on the field, and then, go to practice, and then either hit before practice or after practice, and just the whole day spent staying ready to compete at any time.
Absolutely. We'll talk about dorm life here a little bit. Who are you rooming with right now?
I'll room with Jaden, Gag, Jackson Somerville,
yeah.
and Owen Powers.
Nice, very nice. What's that like, and how's that been going so far?
Well, it's good. I think, living up there with everybody it brings the team closer together, even if like you don't live with some guys, they're right across the way from you. You can go hang out in their room. So it's nice to just, when you get done, you can relax with the guys that you've been working with all day.
Awesome, awesome. We'll get a little deep here with you. Who or what inspires you in life?
I would say two groups of people. My parents, just for, watching all the hard work that they've put in over the years and all the hard work they've put in towards helping me out in all of my goals and dreams. And then the others would be my teammates. Watching my teammates work hard to try and, complete their goals and dreams really makes you want to do the same for yourself.
Absolutely. Good answer, good answer. Final question for you. You know the Ray question, but we'll see if it's changed much from the past here. But what is something that maybe your teammates or folks might not know about Colby Ott? Maybe it's something that you love to do or something that they may not know about.
There's probably not a whole lot most of the teammates don't know just because we're all so close and it's like a real brotherhood out here. But I would say I like to hunt and fish a good amount, and some of the guys give me crap for being a little bit of a country boy or whatever it is. But, yeah, that's what I like to enjoy. Me and some of the guys even trying to get together and go do some of that stuff later on when it gets warmer.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Colby, we appreciate catching up with you. Good luck to you this season, and we'll see you out on the baseball field.
Thank you, sir.
It's Colby Ott from the Jefferson Vikings.